All right, team. Hey, guys. Coming at you. We're super excited to kind of close up the vulnerability chapter of our last 6 weeks of programming and also the Mindset Matters. I don't know about you guys, but I tried to give myself a couple days a week where I could sort of work on some things that I'm trying to improve through my spirit and just trying to be humble in ways to learn to grow. And I made some mistakes over the last 6 weeks, and instead of kind of running and hiding like I normally would and just kind of sweeping things under the rug and acting like it really didn't happen or didn't matter, I tried to right then and there make it right, which is definitely not something that comes natural for me. I usually don't like a ton of confrontation, and I usually like things to be peaceful, maybe a little high energy, but peaceful. And so usually if I make a mistake or I do something wrong, I tend to go and hide and forget about it or not deal with it. And so these last 6 weeks, I tried to focus on if I did make a mistake or if I wronged somebody, or if I hurt someone's feelings or was impatient with my kids, I tried to handle it right then and there and deal with it and come in humility and say, you know what, I messed up and I'm sorry. And it's not easy for me to say, and it was hard for me. So that was my kind of takeaway on the Mindset Matters and kind of working through those 6 weeks of vulnerability. And Sarah, you want to chime in? What did you do? How was your 6 weeks?
Yeah, I've really, enjoyed or appreciated this cycle. I would say it's the one that's really asked the most of me. I think as, we both have identified as athletes in the past, as people in at least some form of leadership, it's easy to kind of push that to the side or save it for a private space. And so I was definitely invited in the course of the last 6, and now we're about to go into week 7 weeks, to just be more honest in my relationships about my feelings, my experiences, the things that I struggle with, both with family, friends, and honestly even strangers. And there's just this, there's this line that I felt myself come up to where, like, do I really choose to step into that? Do I choose to be exposed and not feel like I've already conquered this thing? It's really easy for me typically to wait to share something until I've fully absorbed the lesson or until I've fully mastered my perspective on it, rather than just inviting people into the process of when it's hard and when it's difficult and when I'm still confused. And honestly, I just experienced such this really just supernatural experience with relationships by choosing to step into a few very specific areas of my life. And then at the same time finding a balance where I think one of the videos that we put out in Mindset Matters talked about, and even some of the talk with Brene Brown, that vulnerability doesn't necessarily mean just vomiting everything out on the table, but being wise about what we choose to speak and when we choose to speak it. And whereas, my previous self was really lacking in any capacity for vulnerability, I've also gone through a season where I just kind of laid it all out and wanted to put it all out there in the name of vulnerability. And so really trying to find the balance appropriately during this time has been really a growing journey. And so we've been really excited, just not only the growth that we've seen and experienced in ourselves, but some of you guys have shared with us some of the things, some of it's just been in the gym, like new things you've learned or things that you didn't realize you were capable of, or trying new things. Like I especially really loved the creative handstand sessions and seeing some of you guys really step outside of your comfort zone with some new movements and making decisions for yourself. We also had front squats.
Yeah, front squats for your reps or set of 3.
Yeah.
So we'll retest on that.
And then Amanda.
And we've had, quite a few people either get super close to the muscle up or actually get their first one, which was, that's an awesome feeling when you get your first muscle up.
It's really cool. And so just seeing the physical illustration of what happens when we choose to try to venture into new areas and new skills and new things to learn. It doesn't always go super well. It doesn't always go flawlessly. But to get to see you guys do have those wins has been really awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So leading into after this week,
yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we'll be going into another 7-week cycle or 6 weeks of training into another week of retesting on the topic of confidence. We'll talk more about that next week. But again, we just want you guys to kind of focus in on this last week here in terms of vulnerability, in the retesting of our baselines, inviting you to still show up, work hard, and if you feel that maybe you haven't quite stepped into the theme of this cycle, we really invite you to do that this week and just find someone to share with. We'd love to be that person for you if you're not sure the people that are safe for you, or if you want to just take that risk with someone that you think that you might be able to trust. We really encourage that you try that.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's definitely a place that can be kind of scary.
Yeah.
To step into that, and so but it's worth it. It really is, so if you, like Sarah was saying, if you don't have somebody that you can reach out to, if you don't have somebody that you can just even bounce like life stuff off of and just be like, hey man, I'm struggling here, or hey, what should I do there, like please reach out to us, like please come in and pull us aside. Like again, like we said, we are a fitness facility and we do some cool stuff, but we care more about your guys' hearts than we do necessarily your fitness. So it's well-rounded. We want you guys to be strong physically, spiritually, and mentally. So if there's anything you guys need, please don't hesitate to reach out. Like, we are here for you guys. We are so thankful for you. We love you so much, and we appreciate each and every one of you guys.
We want to be your friends and family.
Woo!